from the get-go. Some of you may know the story, some of you may not. So when Ian started, we were working at the church. I was running the office, and he was doing the worship, and he was also doing guitar lessons, and he was looking to be a nighttime manager at writing. And so he said, I'm going to go to this guy's house at our church and see what he does. I'll give you a call later. And I said, okay. So he goes to Assad's house, and evidently he drives up to a castle, and he says, this guy isn't selling drugs, I'm in. And he signs up right then and there. It was $199 back then. And he calls me on the church phone, so I answer all nice. And he's like, I just put $199 on the credit card. I'm like, no, you didn't. He's like, yeah, I did. I already did it. I'm like, are you kidding me? And he's like, okay, love you, bye. And he hangs up on me. And I'm in the church office, so I'm like, yeah, praise the Lord. And I'm like, great. So that's how it all started. It was a real great start. So now he's doing like 4 jobs, and I don't see him ever at all. And we're newly married, and my love language is quality time. So I was not very excited about Prime America, but I actually have it labeled on the filing cabinet file tag in our office. But I had no idea what he was doing. I didn't care to really know what he was doing. And he kept inviting me to things like this. And Saturday was my only day off because we had to be at church on Sunday. I said, yeah, right, I'm not going. I'm not going to be there. You know, I don't really care, whatever. So finally he was like, please, just come. You can come as late as you want. You can sit in the back row. Just come. And I said, okay, fine. I'll give you that. So I ended up sitting all the way, in the back row. He had just passed his life license. He walked across stage, got a little Prime America pin, and I remember getting all teary-eyed and crying. I'm like, what is going on with me? Everyone's like, if you're here for the first time, you kind of know what you're like. I don't know. They're clapping, and everyone's excited. You don't shake hands, you high five, and I don't know what to do. And I was like, should I praise the Lord? It was just like one of those, a lot of emotions are happening. And so, I was like, okay, this thing is kind of cool. And I realized the reason I was getting all teary-eyed is these dreams that I had packed up and put away on a shelf because we could barely survive, paying rent, was all of a sudden having a glimmer of hope again that, hey, this may be a place where my dreams may become a reality. I shared this morning that I traveled the world on mission trips. I knew I wasn't going anywhere soon with him. I was like, we went to Jamaica for our honeymoon, and that was probably the beginning and end of that one. So I was like, great, but sitting in that room, I was like, there is a possibility for us here. If these people are saying half of what they're saying, and it's true, then we have some hope. So I found out about a trip to Cancun at the end, a free trip, and I was like, Ian, we can win this thing? He's like, yeah, I'm trying to win. I'm actually winning. I'm like, shut up. You didn't tell me that. He's like, well, I was trying. You're not listening. And so I ended up getting licensed, and my license had us win the trip, and that was kind of the start of my support to this journey we've been on the last 9.5 years, which is awesome. So as I start telling you what I have to tell you this morning, I want you to think about, what is your story? Have you started your story? Is it maybe the very beginning, and you're here for the first time, and you don't know what your story is going to look like, so you get to start writing? Have you been writing it, and you're wondering, geez, I need to do some edits to my story and make it a little bit better. So that's what I want you to think about. If you can flip a couple slides. Partnership and the power of 2. Next one. This is a new logo that Prime America actually brought out when we were in Bahamas. So they're talking about the power of 2, and there is a lot of power of 2. They actually are starting monthly conference calls, so talk to your upline. You can start getting on those. The next slide. What is your role? I get this all the time, everywhere I go. What's your role? What role can I play? And there are so many roles that partners can play. It's different for everyone, and it's ever-changing. I've had so many roles, and they still change to this day. But number 1 is to be supportive, right? That's probably the most important. That's the one that probably never changes, unless you weren't supportive. You can become supportive, right? But that's a good one. So be supportive, right? They do a lot of stuff, and you need to be supportive when they're coming home and coming in the door. Office manager role. As soon as we went RVP, I became office manager. That's what I did. That's what I just took on. So I did that for 2 years until our oldest got rid of her naps, and I said, okay, I quit, and he said, you're fired. So that worked out well. I got licensed, I told you, to win the competition. We encourage all of our partners to get licensed. You have to have a clue of what's going on out there. Team building role. This is a fun one. Help build your team. You say, I don't have a team. It's okay. I didn't have a team either. So start building it, right? That's the fun of this thing. Partnership building role. I didn't have any partners when we started either. One guy would bring in his girlfriend. I'd scare her away. I'm like, partnership, and she's like, oh great, I'm out of here. I have people all the time like, I have no partners showing up. I didn't either. So you know what? It's a good thing. That's where it all starts. Party event planning role. You know, plan events, potlucks, fun things to build that team up. Those are always good things to do. The activating agent writing role. You can go out there and write business with your partner. I haven't done it yet. I told Ian, watch out, maybe one day I will, but hey, if that's what you want to do, go write business. You can train the new reps that come in. We have some people who do that. Prospecting role, right? People are inventory here. Just like grocery store has food, we need names and numbers. So wherever you go, get names and numbers. That'll help. Next slide. Realizations. Some things that you can know that you're not all good at the same things, okay? You're not meant to be, you're not supposed to be. So just realize that and go with it. You're good at certain things and they're good at certain things. And again, like the slide said, the power of two, right? When you come together, you make one good whole. Next one, write down your roles side by side. This is detailed. This helps huge. And we look back at it often. Write down, what do you do? What do they do? And then show each other so there's no expectations that aren't being met, right? So make sure you go over that and so you can see, like today, you're going to take out the trash. It was on your side of the roll and it's not on my side. So it helps stop a lot of fights, believe it or not. Realize that you're not going to change your partner, right? They're going to leave their socks on the floor and it's okay now. You can smile, right? It's not a big deal. You're not going to change them. Let them be good at what they're good at and you be good at what you're good at. There's power in your partnership. This is a big key, and I'm going to say it over and over. There really is. When two come together, you can just do explosive things here. Next slide. Communication is key. Every day we discuss our schedule. It is ever changing. I was a very structured personality, and he would be like, I'll be home at 1 o'clock. And then 1 o'clock comes, I'm like, he's not home. I don't know where to go, right? Well, things reschedule, change, they move, whatever. Be flexible, but go over the general schedule so you have an idea of when you're coming and going so that they could maybe have dinner ready or not have dinner ready or whatever that is. That's a good thing to know what's happening. And then you can be uplifting, encouraging too. Hey, how'd that appointment go? How'd you do on that recruit? Or what's going on? You can be aware of what's happening in your business. Next slide. I talked about things change. Create solid yellow lines, right? This is what we talk about everywhere we go. When you're supposed to be home, be home. When you're supposed to be at work, be at work. And then you won't have any, like, you know, you're hanging out with the family and looking at your phone. No, you should be with the family. And when you should be working, you shouldn't be playing on Facebook. You should be working, right? Those are good things. Next thing, some powerful plays that'll help you. Be nice to each other. Smile at each other when you walk in the door. This seems simple, but it has a lot of truth behind it, and it really does help, right? Next one. Make your home welcoming and be worth being welcomed when you come in, right? Stay-at-home moms, if you're doing the stay-at-home job and holding down the fort roll, right? Smile when they come in. Yeah, the dog may have eaten something and the kid may have thrown up over something, but just still smile. That's all you got to do. And if you had a bad day and got a dark house and things aren't going your way, still smile when you walk in. It'll make the whole atmosphere a better place to be. Commit to be better yourself, right? This is a big deal. Hold each other accountable. Ian used to always get on my case about reading books. I'm like, do you have any idea? Like, I don't have a time in the day to sit down, let alone like pick up a book and have a thought that goes with the book. And he's like, okay, like whatever. Now I'm like, hey, I think I read more books than you this month, and we talk about them, and it's good. And if you can't read or you don't like to read, well, if you don't have time to read, everyone should be able to read in here, right? You can get it on CD. You can listen to it. There's a million ways to get a message or some type of uplifting thing going in the car or whatnot. Next slide. Power plays. Continue to speak life, right? I talked about this morning. What is your third word? When I say I am, what do you fill it with? There you go, relentless. That's the right thing, right? What is your business? What are you saying about your business? What are you saying about your partner when you fill in the blank? They should be good things, not bad things, right? Next one. I took Prukner on when I left Bucksbaum. I know it was a cheesy last name. Prukner, no one knows how to say. My mother's like, tell them Prukner. And I'm like, okay, that'll work. But I took on everything Ian was, right? We became one. We became a team. So what are you taking on, right? Next one. You're a Primerican, right? If you're part of Relentless, we are relentless, right? We're a child of God. I talked about it this morning. Make sure your third world is uplifting and good, right? Don't have to be stupid, dumb, not good enough, terrible, I'm shy, I'm a loser, No, what are you saying? You'd be surprised. You know how many people talk like, oh, this is going to kill me. Do you really want to die? We don't say that. If you say that at my house, you're going to get a look of like, oh my gosh, what is you? We don't pretend to die. We don't talk about being dead. Like, what power? Your words have power. What's coming out of your mouth? Really be careful of that. Next slide. Know that it's going to cost you, okay? Real life dreams aren't devoid of challenges. They're defined and enhanced by them. The past 9.5 years, it's been fun. We've done a lot of this stuff together, and it's been, right, a lot of uphill battles, a lot of high victories, and a lot of things we've had to do. We live in a society that sifts through the bad and posts only the best for social media. And I want to show you, I put a couple slides together, and then I'll get off, we know I'm out of time. I always be like, I only need 10 minutes, and then I'm like, oh, I need like 25. But I put this together. You guys see it, we post a lot of things, or I see a lot of things posted. But this is what you see, right? Awesome. We just hit the 8th diamond. That's an awesome thing. But hit the picture. This was our first picture in Cancun. When we went on our first trip ever, I found this. I know you will like this one back there. But right, this is a big deal. Like, you see it says that good-looking $800,000 earners, but this is us having no idea what was going on in Cancun. First company trip ever. Next slide. Right, Ian shows he's got the range and he's got the Corvette, but hit it. You didn't see the little Hyundai Elantra that got all nicked up, and he was proud of that thing too. But right, we all start somewhere. You may say, oh, no, we all have early beginnings. Hit the next slide. Right, this is our house, right? Beautiful house. I love this house. But you didn't see where we came from, right? We only had the base level here, guys. Okay, this thing was tiny. The kids the other day were like, we have a condo? I was like, yeah, thank God we don't live in it. Oh my gosh, I don't know what we do. But these are the small starts that you don't see. Hit the next slide. We just got keys to our Relentless's new home. We're starting the demo on the Mike D'Amico, I don't know if he's here, but he posted it and he said, man, I remember Hamilton Road. Hit it. That was our first office. We were in the corner of the office taking a picture of it, and we shared it with another RVP. But that was our beginnings, and that was fun, and I remember those good times. Next one, last one, right? We just got back from 2 months at Disney. We became annual pass holders. I convinced Ian, but hit it, right? That was the journey. You didn't hear about the 24-hour car rides there in back each way, right? It's all about the journey, and sometimes the journey to get to the good is a little bit rough and a lot to handle, like your van being stuffed to the top with kids freaking out for 24 hours in the car, right? But it's all about perspective. Be grateful in all seasons, right? You're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days had gone by so fast. These are some of the good times, so take a good look around. You may not know now that you're gonna miss this. Hit it. The bigger the price, the greater the reward. Guys, it's so worth it. It really, really is. And I just want you to know, realize wherever you're at, we started there too. And so this thing is possible for anybody, right? You can be at $800,000 reach place in less time than we did with what Primerica has now. It's amazing the options and opportunities here. So I really encourage you guys, come together as a partnership. It is the greatest ride. I'm so thankful that I've been able to do this with Ian for the past 9.5 years. And this isn't just his business, it is totally our business. And I cannot wait to see Relentless get the Ruby rating, because I will have one as well. So I'll see you guys at the top.